Good afternoon, everyone. Rob Bonta, California Attorney General here. Thank you for joining us today as we announce yet another lawsuit that once again takes aim at the president's unlawful and dangerous attacks on immigrant communities. This is our 34th lawsuit in 26 weeks, because that is the pace that this president at which this president has broken the law and violated the Constitution. As part of a coalition of 21 state attorneys general, we're challenging the Trump administration for its abrupt and cruel decision to cut off access to life-saving public programs for undocumented individuals, and in some cases, even those with legal status. Not only is it abrupt and cruel, but it is also unlawful. Most importantly, the order issued by U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi and implemented by multiple federal agencies flies in the face of nearly 3 decades of longstanding federal policy, a policy that's ensured access to essential safety net programs regardless of immigration status. We're talking about things like Head Start. We're talking about childcare for low-income families, adult education, mental health and substance abuse services, food and shelter for those without a home, and mental health and substance use treatment and local and community health programs. These programs are vital to the life, health, and dignity of our communities. Let's be clear, the president's decision to reverse this policy isn't about preventing waste, fraud, or abuse of the system, the normal script and spin that they give. It's about targeting vulnerable communities, including seniors, working moms, and kids. It's about stripping services from people who need them most. And it's about doing so without regard for the law or for the devastating consequences that will follow. That is a brand of this administration, to break the law brazenly and blatantly, consistently and frequently, leading to our 34 lawsuits as of today. The federal government has interpreted the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act of 1996 to allow states to use federal funds for a small number of essential programs that protect life and safety regardless of immigration status. That's been the case for almost 30 years across Republican and Democratic administrations because it works. It's allowed soup kitchens and food banks and shelters to serve anyone in need. It's provided emergency shelter to at-risk youth and survivors of domestic violence. It's allowed families facing extreme weather conditions like wildfires or floods to find shelter, and so much more. Then just last week, the Trump administration issued new guidance that overturns all of that, all under the false and xenophobic idea that helping undocumented individuals is somehow a misuse of public resources. It seems our president believes if you're undocumented and maybe even if you have legal status, you don't deserve access to basic human necessities, food, shelter, and emergency care. This policy change isn't just cruel and inhumane, it's outright illegal, and it puts every state in an impossible position. That's why we're asking the court to block this cruel order before it causes irreparable harm. I want to take a moment to talk about what this means on the ground in our communities. Programs that have operated smoothly for decades now face chaos and confusion, another brand of this administration. Public health providers, child care centers, shelters, and schools are left scrambling to understand and implement new eligibility rules that don't make sense. Service providers will be forced to turn people away, not because they want to, but because of a federal mandate rooted in partisan power moves. Let's be honest, this change won't save money. States will end up paying the price later on. From increased emergency room visits and homelessness to employees missing work and students falling behind in school because they can't get the care they need. This is personal for California. Over 80,000 children and families across nearly 2,000 sites have relied on the Head Start program for the past couple years alone. This is a program that works. Since 1965, it's helped break the cycle of poverty by giving kids a strong start with healthcare, education, nutrition, and support. But now it's under attack. The Trump administration's new requirement to check immigration status will drive families away out of fear, even those who qualify. Let's call it what it is, a backdoor cut. These changes will chill enrollment, and if programs dip below a 97% enrollment threshold, they'll lose funding and be forced to shut down. This threatens care for thousands of kids and jeopardizes over 25,000 jobs, many in rural areas where Head Start is a major employer. It won't just harm undocumented families, it'll hurt everyone. The president's attempting to turn Head Start into a setback. Families lose, workers lose, kids lose, and communities lose. We've seen this playbook before, unfortunately. Stir up fear, sow chaos and confusion, push through unlawful last-minute rules, punish the most vulnerable among us, and leave the states to clean up the mess. We're not going to let that happen. We know that when families have access to food, to shelter, and to care, everyone benefits, everyone wins. I'm proud that here in California, we're standing up for the law. We're standing up for the safety net, and we're standing up for the dignity of all people, regardless of where they were born. This isn't just about longstanding policy, it's about who we are. I want to thank the incredible folks from my team whose tireless work made today's action possible. Heidi Lehrman, Shri Panchalam, Kathleen Borgers, Natasha Reyes, Gina Lee Orozco Alcala, Nellie Palma, and Michael Newen. We have a great team that's been working around the clock to get us to where we are today, to stand up for the rule of law and push it back against these xenophobic and cruel policies, and grateful that we were able to file today this case, this complaint in the District of Rhode Island, along with a preliminary injunction seeking immediate relief because of the irreparable harm and our likelihood of success on the merits. So thank you, and now I can open it up to any questions that you might have.